could you watch a man bounce and want to fuck him?
Still one of the most athletically impressive things I've ever seen.
He's a psychopath, and I don't like it one bit.
The swap in mood between you two is incredible at this point. It started off like absolute fucking fire and brimstone from you. And now that we're criticising Madagascar the musical, you've turned into a cherub.
I am mad. I'm very mad.
Why?
Super mad. That's why I've not really spoken to you since you got here. I'm super mad. Tell him why I'm mad, Liam.
Are you doing this? I
I'm
didn't
doing
think we
this.
were going to do this.
I am going to do this.
I deliberately never said anything to Mike.
Yeah. Because I feel like Michael needs to understand why I want to be dead right now. Tell him why. Tell him why.
I did a boo-boo.
You did a boo-boo?
You did more than a boo-boo. Right, for a bit of context, I arrived and I told Liam that I've had a shit day.
Yeah.
It's been a shit day. I was annoyed, and as soon as I saw Liam, not gonna lie, I perked up, mate.
I have that effect on people.
He's a friendly guy.
Yeah.
He's a friendly guy. He's lovable, and we were laughing immediately. And I was like, "This is all right. This is lovely. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
We're getting along.
I was happy as well.
We're getting along."
Yeah.
And then what happened, Liam?
We just
Tell him.
the episode before this is the best of year 2 for the podcast.
Yeah.
So it's a compilation episode. So we got to record the little
It's not a very long episode.
pre-arb, before we do the compilation.
Yeah.
And we did that and a bunch of new ad reads for about an hour.
Uh-huh.
And I'd accidentally turned off Aaron's microphone, so it's not a bit usable. And we're gonna have to do it all
Spent
again
a full hour.
after this.
That is a big
Where
one.
you have to turn it on. You have to turn it on for adverts. You have to have enthusiasm. They're not going to like, comment, and subscribe if we're going, can you please like, comment, and subscribe? But that's what the next ad read is going to be, because I've not got it in me. I've got to drop you off after, and then I've got to come back and I've got to re-record the ad reads. Tell them why, Liam.
Because I made a
You're
boo-boo.
stupid.
Because you're the man on the decks.
Yeah.
And you fucked up.
The thing is, all mics were turned on, and I thought I was doing the right thing, thinking, there'll be excess audio. So I tested that one, and I turned it down, thinking I was turning this down. And I did. It's an easy mistake, come on.
Yeah, you might actually be able to fix it now.
Well, we can't fix it. We can't fix it.
Can we? Hold on, no. Don't cut him off when he's giving a solution.
Joe, it's mental. We record on 3 separate audio tracks.
Yeah.
So even if all the mics are on, and that one of them was interfering, like let's say that was picking up, we just delete it.
Yeah.
Didn't need to touch any of the mics.
And what? So you were here.
No, I was there.
I was
there.
Oh, right.
He was
So
using
you're
that
literally
mic.
just out on a limb thinking you're
shot.
killing it, and Liam just never looks down at the levels.
Do you know, like whenever we do
I
those,
hate him. I want him dead.
whenever we do those, talking directly to the camera, I always feel like I do not do well at it. It always feels a bit contrived, and we literally fucking nailed it first time.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Phenomenal. The next
Phenomenal.
one. Like we were taken aback by how good the first one was, and we were like, look, there's no point even. Why
One
fucking
take
flog
wonder.
a dead? Yeah.
2 takes Tuffy, that's what they call him.
And I did it in less, you know what I mean? But well.
But then we had to do other ad reads and stuff, and we recorded all them, and they took a few more takes, and it was very stressful.
What were the
Recorded all
ads?
of
What were the
them.
ads?
Just like sending submissions, like the episode give us 5-star rating, followers, just all that sort of stuff. Such merch,
Self-promotion.
etc.
You've got to be really peppy, haven't you? When you do
Yeah.
that? Hey guys.
Yeah. Fucking smash that like button. Fucking
Smash Liam's head in because he fucked up.
Mate, how are you though?
Yeah,
How are
fucking
you
enough
doing?
of this shit.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
good.
curious, but how are you
I'm
doing?
good. To be honest, that gave me like a little bit of PTSD about times where like I'd go and film events and
You just didn't have the camera on.
well, there was this one microphone that was on the camera, and you could record it, and it was plugged in. But if the mic was off, just this tiny switch on it, the person would just be doing like that.
And would the camera not pick up the ambient?
No, when you put the
because it's
jack
plugged
in, it cuts all the
out?
audio, so you just get a silent mood.
I genuinely, I'm not a suicidal person
but he's
per
pushed you.
such, but I think there's about listen,
bullshit.
listen. There's about 4 things to do with technology that could happen in a day.
Yeah.
That it would take. The cameras are on.
I'm just checking.
Yeah. Don't worry, because I sorted them, so they're working.
I'm
they're
just
fine.
checking. I'm just checking. And the lights. Yeah, the lights.
Anyway, there's about 4 things that would go wrong in a day before I would just fucking kill myself. Like, for example, like you're editing for like 4 hours and then your Mac just crashes and you lose all of it and it didn't save for any reason. I would fucking kill myself. I'd just die. I would just die. Die.
And that's not my. If he does do that, it was not my fault. I just want that out there. You can't blame me for that. You want me to
No,
live
just
with
in
that?
general, them sort of things happening, that was one of them.
Yeah, I've been well. Other than that, I've been quite quite lucky in that. Like I've never like had a hard drive crash. I've never lost any. Have you ever lost like anything proper important? Yeah. So there was a croak in your voice as well.
I was working on a gambling advert.
So just for
lost
context,
all his money.
Yeah.
Get it.
You're a videographer as well.
Oh yeah, I did it video producing, and I was doing this edit on this gambling ad, which was all NDA. I can't tell you who it's for. They offered to pay us in Bitcoin, so it was a bit like, you guys laundering money. And the day before it had to go, I was on a call to someone doing some effect on it. And I'd moved next to like the router in my living room because it was the fastest upload. And the hard drive it was like one that just goes straight into your laptop. You don't have to have a plug. It just kind of like pinged off the table, like the little bench, and just went on the wood. And then I was like, oh, because I was on the phone, I just kind of put it back. And then when the phone call ended, I just heard it going.
Oh, so it was like an old school hard drive where it's like
like a spinning
parts.
one, and I obviously I was in like the single digits of hours to finish this project, and it was like 4 p.m. on a Friday kind of thing. The only thing I've got going for me is we're sending it to the States, so
they're asleep. And
exactly.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing where I went, okay. I was literally about to finish this and send it away, and now I know that I probably have 9 hours in which to put this all fucking back together.
What are the odds?
And I had to. My girlfriend. I've never seen her so sympathetic to me. She was
she
just
actually
like,
cared.
I had to drive to the office to get the backup out of the safe, and she just came with me.
Can I tell you what
she just came with me for the journey.
Can I tell you what the worst thing ever is? Is when people don't care about something as much as you do. Beth does this thing where she just sort of goes like, "All right."
And it's not.
That's it though. And I'm like, you don't really give a fuck. You want to go back and watch Love Island. You're just pretending to care. You just go, it's fine. It's just like patting me like a dog. It's fucking horrible. Stop it. Stop it. Why you don't actually give a fuck. You don't care in any way. But like you so badly want them to be like, I can't believe that with that happened with that. Oh, it's awful. That, but they just don't give a shit. It never matters to anyone else as much as it does you.
Yeah.
Oh, it kills.
Well, she's going in the grand scheme of things, but you're going, no, this is the grand scheme.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump off the roof. If this isn't fixed
It's a very condescending little pat of the head. It's, I hate it.
It's literally crunch time. But hey, all she had to offer was to sit in the car with you, and she did it. Did you accept that then? Yeah.
Yeah, she just came with me. We got it. We fixed it. It was all fine.
I would have just
worked very well under a lot of pressure. I get things done.
Was it better than the original?
No, it was still fine. Still.
It's glitchy and jittery, but
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I felt that in my chest.
Yeah, it ruins my life. I don't like it. But anyway, thanks for coming on.
No worries, thanks for having me. It's good.
I appreciate it.
Should we wrap this up? You got adverts.
He's so done with me, He's done with me.
He's so good. It's so lucky you're here.
Yeah, anything, like
this was just an episode between us.
Maybe what we should do is just keep the original video, but try and just dub it over. Yeah, so whoever's just slightly out of sync. Yeah.
Just a really enthusiastic American of my voice.
And there'll be no context for them because this comes out after the week after. Yeah. So they'll have to wait a week to figure out what the fuck's gone on. Thing is as well, like, even though I've caused whatever atmosphere you've been thrust in the middle of, Michael, which I apologise for.
You've caused the last issue with Michael as well. Because you weren't here because you didn't care enough.
Actually,
you didn't care enough.
The M62 caused that issue, but I do apologise.
What was that? What was the issue on the M62?
Cars, too many.
Right, and what were you in?
One of the cars.
Yeah. So thereby you're the problem.
Yeah, okay.
He's the problem.
Oh my god, I was the traffic as well, wasn't I? It all makes sense now.
I just need to vent a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm all right now.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Little swift subject change.
Please.
I feel like something fantastic has happened to me. But I'm also worried about potential repercussions.
Okay.
Bear in mind, I'm in my fucking 30s. This is pretty exciting to me.
Yeah, go on.
But I think I got my last weekly food shop for free.
Oh, right, okay.
Because they were like saying that there was at Tesco, it was at the self-serve, they were saying, anyone with contactless, it's not working. It's chip and pin only. Do you have your card? Chip and pin? Yeah. So go through. Put me shopping through. use my card. I'm talking like over £100 food shop as well.
Oh, wow.
We could have
Like,
guessed that.
expensive
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, excuse me, it was for 2 people, not just one. And I'm on a healthy eating diet, actually. So it was all the fucking fruit and vegetables are more expensive. Yeah, genuinely, it was a big shop.
That's what I meant.
Because I've just, New Year, new me in February. I'm a bit late to the party, but I thought, hey, the gym will be empty. So
Yeah, exactly.
And so anyway, the shop was £105. I put the pin in, and it went, please enter your pin. As it said, thank you for shopping at Tesco on the screen, and the receipt printed. And then again it went, please enter your pin. And then it went, thank you for shopping at Tesco. I just took the receipt. I don't know what I did with the receipt, and I left, and it's just not come in me. It's not come off my account, not even in like pending transactions. And it's been days now, and I'm just like, do I?
Somewhere there's a guy at Tesco whose hard drive just sort of dinks on the table. And he's like having a breakdown. He's like, oh my God, I've cost the company £100. What has happened?
Do I just like take it for granted? Can they just like fucking charge me? Like,
Most of mine are free. I live in Oldham. You just fucking take it.
oh no, I'm a good man. I'm a good, honest man. I looked
You
up.
sighed there. Do you not approve? Do you not approve?
No, I'm thinking about all the times I've managed to steal things. It's kind of what I like is the happy accidents. They feel you keep your money, you get what you wanted, and it's kind of guilt free.
Yeah.
Because you kind of went, listen, I did everything that I was supposed to, and something on there and fucked up.
Perfect.
So it's a guilt free crime.
But when you notice it though, do you have to do something? Because I've walked out of a chippy before where I've handed in a 20 and instead of like a £5 change, they've given me like coins and another 20 back. You know, they've like fucked up. So I've got a chippy and profit.
This?
Yeah, this
Want to
is...
bother see me local one by my mum's.
Sick.
It was only once. It's not like a regular thing. But this was what I mean. It's like a smaller business, isn't it? Like a regular custom. I go there all the time, and I noticed on the way home, and I kept it, didn't go back. See, I feel more scumbag for that. Whereas Tesco, I feel nothing.
Yeah, fuck 'em.
But I'm just worried about their power. Can they not just like charge me in any given? What? Tesco powerful? Like, the fucking supermarkets run the world. I'll get me tinfoil hat.
Illuminati. Just like
They do, mate. They fucking control every. What would we do without them?
well,
Without Tesco. Go to any of the many other options.
But I'm just scared.
I think you'll be all right.
I'm scared of the repercussions.
Fine.
I was looking it up online though, and I had people were going, I used to work for them as a manager. There was a conversation on Reddit about it. I managed to find one, and people were like,
you cared that much?
Yeah, I was just worried. I was like, can I spend this money or not?
Okay, well, there's your penance. Now you've spent 2 hours of anxiety just scrolling through Reddit.
Whoa, 15 minutes, baby. 2 hours. I'm not that bothered. I wasn't that worried.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want.
But either way, you felt the need to look at it.
And nothing put me at ease.
Being a fanny.
Nothing put me at
and
ease.
you brought it up with Michael because he looks a little bit nerdy. You're like, he'll have the answer.
Does the food taste better?
Oh yeah, when it's free. Like it tastes better if someone else cooks it. That's because I burn a lot of my food.
It doesn't. It does feel really good to have a free. You mate, come on, that's
it's expensive.
It's expensive.
And
I wasn't joking when I said it. I was literally like, New Year, new me. This was the healthy shop, and it
New
was
Year, new me. I'm a crime. I'm a violent criminal.
Stealing strawberries and blueberries. Yeah, it was like last year. It took me till May to make that decision, so I think February is like a new record for.
You're the reason cheese is in a little security box.
Yeah,
like most Tesco's.
I'm not gonna listen. It's for personal use. I'm not gonna flog it. But yeah, I
just use strawberries.
So basically, the moral of the story is I'm being a pussy and everything's fine.
Yeah,
that's
I think
what I'm
you're
getting
all right,
from
mate. Yeah.
You're just spending the right amount of guilt on it, but not a lot, which is perfect.
If I go in, will they CCTV me and be like?
Yeah.
I mean, I think talking about it on a podcast probably wasn't the brightest idea. You know, you might.
I made it up. I thought it was funny.
Oh right.
You are right though about life's little victories. Like certain 100%. Things can happen. It just turns your day right around. Not like the microphone being off. That ruined it. But like, yeah. Thank God, because they're catching gold with your story. I'm being such a cunt for no reason as well. I'm so angry. But you are right about like life's little victories. In like, for example, you get on the bus, you've only got a 20, you just goes, just get on. Like stuff like that. You go, woo! Like it's such a good feeling, man. And like you didn't pay for your shopping, and it's love it.
One of my favorites.
The finer things in life.
That
should be a new feature. What are the finer things in life? Yeah,
that's a good idea actually.
Yeah.
I shouted at a woman at the train station when I was buying my ticket, and she refused to serve me, so I just got on the train anyway. And when I got off at the other end, their machines weren't working, so I got on for free that time. So I won overall.
You shouted at a woman.
She was being a dick.
Yeah, you've gone from like sort of chaotic good to chaotic evil very quickly, hasn't he? Is literally like, hey, free weekly shop, you fucking bitch, to some poor lady at train line.
Yeah, what we've actually not yet been told is that the only reason they got it for free is because they feared him. They were terrified.
Right, okay.
And he just ran away.
No, this woman was definitely in the wrong in this situation. And
from your point of view,
I was a lot younger too, so I was like more timid. I was like, you know, I had a student rail card. That was what the issue was.
Right.
So you get 25% off with your student rail card. And I'd asked her, I said, return ticket please to Liverpool. And then realised, oh shit, I've got a rail card. I've got discounts. I never got the train. And I was like, hold on a sec. Sorry, actually, I've got a rail card. And she went, I've already put it through. I can't. She didn't take the money off me. She went, I've already put it through. I can't change it. And I was like, I know that you can, because I work in retail. What?
No, yeah.
I thought you were
I'm like, yeah, no. That is outrageous that she did that.
I know, yeah. I was like, I know.
I thought the same thing as you, though. I thought he was going to be like, well, actually.
Yeah, so did I. I shit myself there, like, oh, God, I've just
actually, once she's pressed the button.
I admitted on the podcast I shouted at a woman and I wasn't wrong. And I was just like, I just kind of like started to get a bit confident in life. Usually I'd have just been like, okay, sorry, and just paid. But I was like, no, I know that you can. I work in a shop myself. I work with tills, and I know that you can quite simply cancel transactions. She was like, no, I can't. And I was like, but you can, though. She was like, no, I can't. And we were literally doing that back and forth like children. But you can, though. No, I can't. Until I just lost it and just started. I was like, no, you can. Joe shouted. And she was like, well, you've just fell at the last hurdle, haven't you? Because I'm not serving you at all now. And I went, I wouldn't have to be jumping hurdles if you weren't throwing them in front of me. What are we doing here? And I just stormed off. Yeah. You can't handle me at my worst. Don't deserve me at my best. And I just stormed off and just got on the train anyway, shitting myself, thinking I'll just explain to the if the fella
explain to the conductor that this fucking knobhead at reception got an earful.
And I won.
I'll explain to this man that I abused his colleagues. That's what I'll do. Yeah,
and sure she does it all the time. Don't worry about it.
Well, she was definitely the knob in that situation, wasn't she?
Completely. Have you stolen anything?
Just hearts,
baby.
Yeah, like what you're saying.
Just hearts, baby.
How is your mum? Sure. But yeah, just happy accidents, like what you say when you're like, oh, that bag felt free. I think I forgot to scan it. You know, and But I don't really.
I don't think that's like theft. Have you ever stolen anything? Yeah. Have you ever stolen?
Nah. I mean, my dad was in prison. No, he basically my stepmom sent him in to get like stuff for Christmas, and he went up to like the meat counter, and they were like, "Oh, we haven't got them in yet." Oh no! One day it was like a fucking, I don't know, like some roll thing that they wanted and some turkey or whatever. And when he went in for the roll and got it, and they're like, the turkey's not in, you're gonna have to get it tomorrow. And he's like, right, okay. Walks out of the shop, goes home, goes back the next day, goes in, gets the turkey, and he's like, right, cool, great, see you later. Walks out of the shop, and he gets home, and my stepmom's like, how much were they? And he was like, I thought you'd paid. Like, I thought you'd already fucking dealt with it. And he basically was just an accessory to robbery by merely assuming.
And they just witnessed it happen without speaking up.
Like, but it's so great because you just wouldn't assume that he's a thief. Like, looking at him, no security guard's going to go like, oh, it's the man with the belly and the turkey under his arm. You know, it's like, no, it's you're going to watch some scally in the corner. So, yeah, free Christmas
Perfect
dinner.
crime.
Yeah.
Perfect crime.
Do you reckon you'd get away with, like, with quite a lot of crime? Because you've got quite a...
I think anything white collar and fraudy,
unthreatening face. And, it's something numbers with him. Yeah,
but then I couldn't do that because people would go, glasses. He's a thief of, you know, he's got your granny's sort code. That's the vibe. Whereas like, I actually think I'd be a pretty good vandal.
Okay.
Oh yeah, like no one expect him to be fucking El Barto spray painting the side of the fucking train station, would you? Perfect crime for you.
Yeah, and I'd love to do a bit of vandalism. I think it'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, just put some windows through. Who's gonna suspect?
I've actually had my dalliances with vandalism.
Have you?
Yeah, just got in with the wrong crowd, didn't I? Tough childhood, rough. rough and tumble. Genuinely, like I was an accessory to a lot of things that I didn't want to participate in. I was just like worried the entire time. I was actually with someone when they did put someone's window through.
Yeah.
There was this like local family. I think I told this like early days of the podcast. There was this like local family, and it's really sly because they were all like, there was something wrong with them. They were called the vampires because they all had like really odd teeth. Like that's what people called the family in the area. Yeah. There was something going on. And my mate's big brother was like really drunk, and we were all underage. We were underage. He was like a couple years older, and he was underage. You know what I mean? We were quite young, and he had a bottle of beer, like just showing off. And he walked past the house, and he went "fucking vampires" and lashed the bottle like a glass bottle. But instead of like smashing on impact, like I think he thought it would, it just sailed through their window, their living room window, and smashed it. And I had to run, and that was hard for me. And I ran, and they came out going, "Do you want to meet me mate Stanley?" Like I'm assuming they had the Stanley knife, and I fucking shit myself there. So you know, lads.
Well, thankfully Liam always carries garlic bread, so just but that's the joke I made in the early days of the podcast as well. Just a pizza box.
We're not consistent.
It's mad. Like, because I obviously do not sound like I'd be from somewhere unpleasant, but where I grew up,
unpleasant
was no, but it was a council estate, so there was loads of fuck shit going on. Like there was someone's house that when you went, there was one girl when you were in her bedroom, there was some beef between. Like, basically, two people had affairs at the same time or something, and then the partners basically ended up almost swapping partners. But they were literally, like, 5 doors down. And this one girl that we were friends with, we went into her room one day, and they had double glazing, which we didn't have. This is, like, early 90s, you know, we were single-paying kids. That's why the bottle went through.
Because
nowadays, I'll throw a bottle, it'll just fucking bounce off. But back when I was young, it just go and hit a gas fire because that was your only source of heating. And but this girl, the beef between the partners had got so bad. Apparently, one of them had a gun on the street. Apparently, and then basically one day, a really small bullet hole appeared on her window, and there was a perfect line of sight between their back door and her window, and it was like. Fucking hell, things are getting insane around here. And we had a family that were really strange. We didn't call them the vampires, but yeah, it's like and we had a paedophile.
Oh yeah,
we had a paedophile. Did you have a paedophile? Were you growing up?
No.
Right, well, prepare to be schooled by us 30-year-olds.
I moved around a lot.
Source of humour.
So I almost definitely had a paedophile. Like in some realm, like near me, because I moved around so much. There's definitely a few of them. Isn't it like 1 in 10 people are a paedophile?
I've never really done the research.
No, I've heard that's genuinely apparently like 1 in 10 people are a paedophile.
That's like a proper white guy statistic, and I'm just gonna just gonna believe you. Yeah. I can't be asked with the research.
But worldwide, what is that? Oh, I suppose if half. I suppose.
1/10 of the population are nonsense. I don't believe that.
But is that wait? So, but is that including women as well? Like,
I guess, yeah. There's some female people.
But it's statistically more likely to be men. So, do you know what I mean? In terms of the actual percentage, it's probably more like.
All I know is we've got 4,000 listeners, so we've got 400 nonces listening to this.
Keep listening, nonces.
Which is why we brought you on.
And subscribe.
We needed you before,
because obviously you look so young. We were trying to give something for everyone.
Hello.
Just going back to what you said, did you actually grow up on a council estate?
Yeah, well, it was still in Cheshire. It was in the countryside.
The council
they had great cheese.
Yeah, the cheese was amazing. But the thing is, I always said the reason they put us there is because they wouldn't want us near anybody else.
Yeah.
We were too feral to have.
I bet it looks like, Joe, when like a Tory MP goes to a shithole just to sort of like keep up appearances and be like, oh, look at me, I do care about the poor.
I'm here on the other side of the tracks.
Yeah. That's Liam after he got on the train. Just that's that woman.
Mate, she's a fucking bitch. I hope she's watching. I do actually, yeah.
There's certain things though where it will just eat at you for years and years. Like that interaction, even though you won the interaction, you still think about her and it's not worth it. Do you know what I mean? Like I've got people in my life where I think of and I'm just like, I hope fucking bad things happen to you all the time. Like you were just it's been 18 years, but I just fucking hate you. You were so horrible for no, do you know what I mean? Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. I don't harbour hatred in my soul like that.
Yeah, you don't sound like you do. She's a fucking bitch.
I'm just trying to basically get him to be like me again. I think that forgiveness is important in life. Do you know, just talking about like council estates, you said you've moved around a lot. I mean, I'm just imagining by looking at you and the place where we're recording this podcast, that they've all been rough.
Exclusively, yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that you're in Oldham now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Have you? So
did you think I came from money?
No, not at all. But obviously, like, I had good friends when I was younger, and I used to I was of the generation where we would play out, and I would find myself in a lot of these like situations where stuff would happen, and I didn't want any part of it, but I just happened to be there. But I also had situations where I was, it does. I'm just getting the alibi out now. There was situations where like I would like participate out of sheer stupidity and lack of common sense. And like one time, I was it was snowy. Which is quite, rare. We wouldn't always get like thick snow, and we literally stood on the edge of a main road. There was like just a big build up of snow, and we were just throwing like snowballs at cars as they drove past, loving life as kids. But then,
I did that with Bark once. Like John's like the little and the guy like got out of the car. Sorry to interrupt, but it's just a core memory that's just come back. I like flung like what's it called? It is Bark, isn't it? That the sort of thing that they put in like flower beds and stuff rather than actual grass.
The little wood chippings.
Yeah, the wood chippings. Yeah, and I just like threw a load of those at a car, and the guy got out and was like screaming at me, but realised that I was 7 and just left me alone.
Well, that's it. You're a kid and you don't think it through.
That happens probably in Oldham, and if that happened to me, I'd be fucking furious. And like, I don't know who I thought I was. But
I know.
Nothing quite spikes your adrenaline like a car slamming on its brake because of something you've done.
Yeah.
It's like all your balls just go back inside your body, and if they're not even dropped yet, it's just like they're almost at your eyeballs. It's horrendous.
I think you've just got to own things like that. You got to go full confidence, even if you're 7. Be like, what are you gonna do now? What? Fuck off, and just hope he like leaves you alone.
Yeah, well, nowadays he'll probably think you're carrying a knife, so they probably will leave you alone. I shit myself. I see a group of kids, even if they're like 7. I think.
Yeah, just say, do you want to see Stanley?
Do you want to meet my mate Stanley?
Just a border collie just around the corner.
Like when we were pelting these snowballs at the cars, one car drove past, window open because he was smoking a ciggy. And my mate, like, just absolutely, like, still one of the most athletically impressive things I've ever seen. Just moving car straight through the window, smashed the guy in the face whilst he's driving, smoking a ciggy, and nothing happened. He just carried on driving, and we still loved it. Carried on. And it wasn't until a cyclist who'd just seen that happen, like, came over and was like, we knew him. He, like, was dating someone's mum, like, so he was like known to us and that, and he was like, what are you playing at? You're putting people's lives at risk. And I never even contemplated.
So it's a cyclist?
That what I was, riding on the pavement.
What's he talking about? Puts his own life at risk every time he gets on the stupid fucking thing. I hate cyclists. God forbid. Do you cycle?
Well, only occasionally.
To and from this podcast, but I'm starting to think. I'm starting to get mad at Just Eat and Deliveroo and Uber Eats for like creating this economy where people are just on cycles all the time. Only because they're not causing me any particular inconvenience. I just think that the rules should adhere to everybody. So when you come to a red light and you're on the road, you should stop. You shouldn't mount the pavement and then cross over the road and then get back on the road when the lights turn green. It fucking pisses me off.
Or just go straight through as well. I've seen them do that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think the fact that they're taking people food has actually really helped cyclists. Because before it was just a certain like class of old white man in like spandex or some shit, like trying to beat his personal best or something.
Hitting PBs all day.
Yeah. Whereas they're staying fit to make the rest of us incredibly fat. It's like it's the perfect. They're doing the exercise we don't want to do.
Yeah. It's quite ironic, really, isn't it? When you wake up, he's like bringing you the most unhealthy of food.
In one of the most healthy ways that you possibly can.
The other thing that would like change it is every time he rings the doorbell, he just does burpees before you get to the door. See how many you can do.
You're really hardcore if you do it on a BMX.
I like the audacity of me as well to be like, oh yeah, we pelted this fella in the face while he was driving, but them cyclists who were just in and a living a scum. I shouldn't have been brought up. Yeah, it's great for society. I agree.
Should we do some features?
Go on, let's go for it.
Do you want to read him or shall I? What are you thinking?
You go up, and then if you want to tag me in,
I've opened my Mac, and usually I have little prep notes if I wanted to mention something, and I've not mentioned this yet. I thought I really want to tell Liam about this. I'm going to see Madagascar the musical on Thursday.
I think you need.
All right.
So how many nonces were there again? It's 1 in 3.
1 in 10.
Okay, yeah.
It's 1 in 3 in Madagascar the musical. You're going to Nonce Central.
Oh, he wanted me to be more enthusiastic.
Yeah, I did a bit. Beth booked it. £13 a ticket.
So where is it?
Oh, it's right at the back.
No, not the seats. I mean, like, where's the production?
The Palace Theatre.
So it's a proper like.
Yeah, it's a proper production. There's gonna be Alex the Lion. He's gonna be there.
Yeah.
And King Julian and
Madagascar is your jam. I don't know if you know this about
It was my autism comfort film.
Oh, right.
So I can quote the whole movie. Genuinely, we proved this recently when we went to Krakow. Madagascar was on like the telly in like the room.
We proved it.
We proved it.
Like it was up for debate. You know what I mean? Like you had to prove yourself.
And we paused it, and Beth paused it and said, "Tell me what the next line is," and I said it perfectly.
Like don't you
I used to
wish
have that
though?
with Goldeneye when I was young. That was mine. Yeah.
See,
you wish
but
you
you'd
had
love to
that-
see that as a musical, but you can't.
Don't you wish you had like the autism that makes you really good at the piano though? Like quoting Madagascar's not really going to help you.
You don't know.
Don't you wish you had like piano skills or like you could have channeled yourself in other ways?
What do I need to play the piano for?
It was pretty sick.
The swap in mood between you two is incredible at this point because it started off like absolute fucking fire and brimstone from you. You were sending him to hell, and now that we're criticizing Madagascar the musical, you've
really
turned
sad.
into a cherub. Like it's just literally the swap. I can't handle it. It's like I don't understand.
Lashing snowballs through people's fucking window.
Well, that sounds beautiful. I'm sure it'll be a great time.
Do you not into like? Do you not have like comfort movies? So you said that with Goldeneye and stuff. What is it?
Why
Gonna have a
Goldeneye? I do.
fantastic time.
Yeah,
It's gonna be.
I
amazing.
like Kung Fu Panda. That's probably my if I'm that
What a
hungover.
fucking loser.
These are all too
honestly.
modern for me. I was more of like the Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2. That's my job. I'll go see Toy Story the musical.
Have you ever
every
watched
day.
Madagascar?
I tried the first one.
What do you mean you tried?
I just
Oh my
couldn't
god!
get into it.
What
yeah.
did you turn the volume down? Did you? You fucking moron. Let's do a feature.
Plus, hold on, you're basically going, oh yeah, I'm going to see Madagascar the musical. I can quote every word.
Beth
You're not
said
gonna,
that. She was like,
gonna
you're
watch
be
it.
fuming.
Yeah,
No, you're gonna
going,
be
I can
fuming
do
when
that
they
better.
don't do it right.
Yeah,
Like I'm actively not gonna enjoy it.
yeah, because you're going to be like, I could do that better than him.
Perfect to the
Yeah.
movie, and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be raging. Yeah.
You'd be a better King
If
Julian.
they don't have that woman that shoots him with the tranquilizer dart and some batters him and all this sort of stuff, I'm gonna be
Lad,
raging.
You're in the entertainment industry. It's a show in Manchester. Why aren't you auditioning for stuff like this? You'd be a belter, King Julian.
Yeah, you're like a quadruple threat. You know all the lines.
Yeah.
With these eyes, I'm probably better as a gecko that's on his crown.
Clinging to a tree for the whole show.
Yeah. Just the biggest gecko as well. What did you say, sorry? You said something.
I can't remember.
I think you were just being really supportive.
No, sorry, I lost the thread.
Yeah.
The gecko thing threw me, but I'm on board with it.
Yeah, you were very supportive. That's what you were doing. Let's read a couple of these. Let's look at people with problems bigger than ours. This one I'm ready, and it says, "Am I the arsehole for eating by?" Let's try again. Am I the arsehole for eating before my date arrived to the restaurant?
Okay.
So for context, I'm not a foodie. I eat to get full and not as an experience. I couldn't imagine that, first of all.
Gimp.
That's absolutely mental.
Yeah.
Are you in that boat?
No.
You do that? No? You eat?
Well,
I
I do. When I eat, I just really concentrate on eating. I'm not really a chatter when I eat. I don't really love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's the way you should be.
Yeah. But I would never go to a place full when we're going there specifically to eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I also as well, like these people who are like, food's just fuel. Go fuck yourselves. Just enjoy life, please.
My entire TikTok algorithm is just people trying different bits of Chinese food in different.
Is this because you started watching Bevo videos?
It
Now
might
you're
be.
seeing
Have
all
you
these
seen
reviews.
Bevo? Go Bevo
Have you
is-
not seen Bevo?
Oh my god, is this fucking
probably for
absolute
the best.
cretin of a person?
Hey, I'd love to have him on.
Mate, he's so odd. He has this thing where he doesn't chew food. So it doesn't matter how big the mouthful is, he'll just put it in his mouth and follow
So
it.
that's why he went
No.
viral.
But it's like, it is mental. It is
really
absolutely
good.
mental. Let me see if I can find the video. It's so
But
insane.
no, but like, so what is he like eating like a mouthful of noodles and it just goes down?
Worse.
So he'll be like,
Way worse.
he reviews every meal. He's like a meal reviewer. And he'll like, his mum's cooked him or his dad have done him a roast dinner. And he's just reviewing each part of the roast dinner. But he like hole in one's a roast potato and it looks like he's going to die. And because of that, he's gone viral.
Oh, is it the guy that goes like, he goes roast potato and he goes,
Yeah.
Okay,
That's the video I'm trying to find. I shared it. I can't stop watching it.
Impression,
I'm actually worried that if you zoom in on that, you can almost match it up perfectly. That is disgusting.
It's insane, and apparently it's just to protect his whatever he's got some sort of dentures and that, and he thinks that by chewing less. No, he's taking them out, and you see what's under there. Yeah.
What?
No, I don't buy that he's doing it for the protection of the dentures. I think he's just realised he has some sort of niche and people find it funny, and that's all that's happened.
If you saw his original teeth, you think it just seems believable. Yeah,
okay.
No offense, Bevo lad.
If you watch,
I thought he was called Bevo though, because he looked a bit like a beaver, but his surname's literally like Beaverton or something like that.
Right,
yeah. It's just a fun fact.
Okay, so we carry on with this. So for context, I'm not a foodie. I eat to get full and not as an experience. I met this girl online and we agreed on meeting at a restaurant for dinner to get to know each other more. Fast forward to the day of our date and we agreed to meet at 9 p.m. My day was super busy with work and I didn't get to eat lunch. It's almost 5 p.m. And I'm starving, so I get ready and head to the date, still having no food. I like getting to a date early so I can check out the environment, pick the best seats and just prepare in general. So I arrived about 3.5 hours early this time. That is mental.
I think
3.5 hours early to a date. That is mental.
I think it's just keen, mate. It's fine.
You, who's quite consistently late.
Well, that's why I back it, because I've fucked people around and got in the way of their plans.
He gets everywhere 3.5 hours early.
I need to change.
He upset you one time and he's like 3 hours early.
I was not upset. He was fine.
He was absolutely furious.
You're really understanding.
But
yeah, sorry.
That's all right. Still starving. What were you going to say?
No, go on.
Still starving. I decided I should eat to get that out of the way, or I'll be hungry and cranky having to wait another few hours or so before I can eat. I finished my meal and had a few cocktails and my date arrives. She gets to the restaurant and we instantly click. She's smiling and we're having great conversation. She's touching my hand. I'm using mirroring and name repetition to build a bond. It's overall going extremely well. Eventually she asks if I would like to order some food, to which I respond, no thank you, I'm not hungry, and she insists, saying she doesn't want to eat alone, but I tell her don't worry and eat. We call the waiter over and she starts asking him for recommendations, to which he responds with no ill intentions that I seem to really enjoy the tacos, so maybe she should try them. At this point, she's confused and asks what does that mean, and I told her I ate some tacos before she arrived. She immediately comes for... Can't even talk. Put my tongue back in. She immediately becomes furious, saying I'm rude and who eats before a date has even arrived. I explained to her that my goal was to get to know her and the eating portion was not important. Regardless, the whole mood changed. She ordered some food, ate, and made an excuse to leave. I haven't heard from her since then, and that was last night. Am I the arsehole?
Yeah, when he first...
It's weird, isn't it?
When he first read out the title, I thought, I get, like, people might have, not be great with food or have food phobias, so maybe he was just trying to avoid that situation. But the fact he got to at that same place just hours earlier is psychopathic. And the key thing that made me concerned was that I was doing name repetition and mirroring techniques. We really built a bond. No, you fucking did. That's not a bond.
That's just having some element of social skills.
You just read a book on fucking manipulation. I'm scared of this guy.
Yeah, this is creepy dude. Yeah, it's not a good vibe. The thing is, it's like the first bit you go, okay, yeah, if you were hungry, and then the longer it goes on, the more you're like, these are some disturbing traits.
Yeah,
that are unearthing.
But also,
what were you doing there?
Eat a bit more. Do you know what I mean? Like he ate food at 5, she's got there at 9, which is fucking bonkers.
Yeah. Did he have a sit at the same table? Would the restaurant?
Yeah, he will have been. Yeah, he'll have been at the same table. Yeah, but just get like a couple of sides or something, and just because I would, if I was desperately hungry and I was like, I finished work at 5, which she can only get there at 9. There's no point in me going home. I might as well just stay in Manchester. Then I probably would eat something. But then when she got there, I wouldn't be like, oh, I've already ate. I'm not going to eat anything. And just watch her. That's mental.
Yeah.
That's absolutely... So I just get a couple of sides and be like, I'm not too hungry.
Yeah.
It is absolutely insane.
Just fuck on an incredibly full belly. That's,
I do it all the time. It's the only way I know how to.
He's a psychopath, and I don't like it one bit. And
that's a really good point, by the way. Why is that such a common date?
Well, going for
to
food.
Go out for food.
I don't like it.
But then afterwards, obviously the idea is that it's date night, innit?
Yeah.
You want to take things to the next level. Why are we doing that on a full stomach? Why don't we do the activities first and then go out for food?
Tell me your ideal date. So you and Beck have split up. She's gone. She's died. She's
really?
Dead. She's dead.
I'm only joking.
She's dead. What happened was she turned off some of your equipment when you were trying to use it, and you wasted a bunch of time, and so you killed her. She's dead. She's long gone. You've met somebody else on Hinge. Hinge.
The choice.
You met somebody else on Hinge, and you're going on a date. She asks you to plan the date. What are you doing? How you wooing this woman?
Madagascar the musical, baby. Tickets, front row seats.
I'd fuck him. I'd go for it. I'd be there.
I wouldn't want to watch a show or go to the cinema. I mean, this. Do you know what? I've never really actually been on a proper first date. Like,
don't make it sad.
No, it's not sad. I'm married. This is a fucking happy ending to the story. I love my wife.
She doesn't take you out.
What?
She doesn't take you out.
No, well, our first date, we were already mates though, so I didn't have to it wasn't as if I was trying to impress her. She knew me and she liked me. Yeah, well, that's it. I was just like, in fact, she paid for our first date.
Okay.
Because I was skint at the time.
And now you live with her mum and dad?
See, but it's all worked out for the best, I think.
It really feels like she fucks you.
So, and I love it. And I've never had to make that call. So I think what I've always presumed I'd do is some sort of activity like bowling or laser quest.
Bowling or laser quest? You absolutely 1 in 3, you reckon?
Don't you think that'd be sick?
No. Well, I don't. It depends. Like, I think if it an activity. For me, the idea of an activity for a first date. Once someone said to me, "Do you want to go trampolining?" And I was like, maybe just a drink.
Is it your 11th birthday?
It was just I just didn't want to be there, bouncing. God, I'm alone, but I'm not this alone. You know what I mean? I don't have to come fucking trampolining to feel like I belong with someone. It was,
Just on a quick side note, most fun way to lose weight is to go to an inflatable theme park.
This is what adults are underestimating doing trampoline, and it's fucking, as an adult,
mate, they're fucking
you've got to have core body strength for that.
They're so fun though, you're just falling about and stuff, and there's nothing more exhausting.
Yeah,
there's nothing. It's the best way to lose weight.
I think it's a guaranteed way to give a girl the ick if she's not really into you. Literally watching your fucking gangly frame go from trampoline to trampoline. You're really tall. So I'm really I don't have much core strength. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. But I don't think we'd be good bouncers. No. I actually think Liam would be incredibly elegant in his own way, like a ballerina almost. It's where did I come from? But me and you would be as we go up, you'd sort of see our shoulders just mash into a really unseemly that's what they look like when they're 80 kind of shape. And it says, how could you watch a man bounce and want to fuck him? It's impossible. It's just. But I think so many dates are ick tests.
Yeah, and also I think I'm really of the opinion that
thank fuck I've never had to pass one. By the way,
if you go on a first date and you take that person to something you're really good at, that's an ick. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't take someone.
You written all over.
I wouldn't take Beth bowling though, because I'd just fucking destroy it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I'm creepily sick at bowling. I actually took Beth to mini golf at one point, and I was really good at that, and she said it was a red flag.
Okay.
Really?
Because how many girls have I been to mini golf with that I'm this good at?
You got
right, okay.
But if you take let's say I don't know, trampolining for instance, but all you do is fucking backflips and front flips. That's the bigger ick than someone that's just pretending to enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like I could go trampolining with a girl and just take the piss a little bit. It's a laugh. Everyone's having a good time. But if you're fucking keep up if you can and just start fucking somersaulting away to the other end, that's such an ick. She's at the back oh my God, this is awful.
This is why I never really got to the stage of a first date. I mean, I'm not really known for being a Lothario. Do you know what I mean? I never really got that. Oh, this is fucking depressing, isn't it? I don't know where I'm going with this. But I think this is why, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't even be. I'd be too much in my head thinking, what about this? What about this? What about that? Because for all the reasons you just said, I think it's a lot of pressure. And I realised that I'm just looking more and more of a gimp the more I speak. I can't get me words out.
No, it's true.
You carry on, Ben.
Yeah.
You're all right.
I feel like I'm quite grateful things worked out the way they did for me, because this dread is what stopped me from chasing. Girls what do you do on the first date? So you teach me.
It's not even. I back what you're saying. I don't think I could be arsed with being single. I was with an ex for 5 years, and then I was single for 8 months, and now I've been with Beth. And the main reason for getting with Beth is because she's pretty, of course. She's beautiful. She's perfect in every way. But I was very quickly at the stage, because some blokes love being single, and it just wasn't for me. It's effort. I don't care about your fucking sociology degree. I'm not feigning interest on Tinder. Oh, that sounds really good. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Can't be having this conversation, this back and forth where you pretend to give a fuck about my interests. No. You got to meet somebody. I feel like if you meet somebody that ticks all of your boxes right away and they're already a great person and you're really attracted to them and you get along great, then just go for it. Just go for it. Why are you constantly trying to feign interest in other people's lives? That's all dating is. You can't convince me that I'm wrong. You're just on Tinder hoping that you'll feign enough interest that this person will have sex with you.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
And then you bleed out the real you.
Yeah, and then you bring out the real you. yeah.
Since 2021.
So a few years.
Yeah.
How long were you single for prior to that?
I did a lot of like
shagging about.
No. I would do like I had like a three.
I kind of wanted him to say drilling in his accent.
I did a lot of like I think I must have had like at least 3-year relationships, and then I usually had a 2-year gap in between each one.
And did you date much in between?
Yeah, those 2 years were
lady killer.
Were quite lucrative. That's in it. Calling your dating period lucrative. But yeah, no, it was. But
lady
it was
killer, not in the way you think.
Oh my god, these hookers are costing me so much. No, it's lucrative for them. But no, like the first 2-year spell was when Tinder landed, and that was, looking back, it was like, oh, that was toxic, because it was literally like, it's basically a casino, but you might get to fuck someone. Like the way it literally affects your brain, and you're just there going, and even now they kind of exaggerate how much people swipe right, but actually I think there was a big uptick in women going, yeah, I'll fuck him for a night. I think the boys' desperation was like obvious, but actually the girls being in power, being able to choose, was also like, and then it's almost like everybody burnt through having casual sex after about a year, and they were like, we need to chill the fuck out, and then it kind of people realised it was a problem.
How it was before, there was like an etiquette. There was like it must have been insane.
My mate used to refer to it as like putting markers down. So you would just send 10 girls the same opening line and just wait for him to get a bite, if you like. It's like that's what you say. It's horrible when you weigh it up. But if they're all on the same page, and that's fine and stuff, if you're aware and whatnot. But I was never really into it. I did like it. Like I went on a few dates with people and stuff, and it was fun or whatever. But like you can meet some really shitty people too. Who are just not very nice people. Like. And you'll make an effort with them, but they're just rude and just not. And I'm like, who raised you?
Yeah.
Why are you speaking to this fucking waiter like this? This is outrageous. This is just like no.
Oh really? Like you've witnessed how they conduct themselves and like
a couple where they're just like just when they make comments, and in my mind I'm like, I would never do that. The worst part is I think sometimes. Like Joe, like when me and Beth have been talking about this like recently. Joe, like when you like say you like. You view a house, for instance. You make a decision right away whether or not you want that house. So in the first 60 seconds, you're into it. That happens on dates, I think, sometimes. You go on a date with somebody and you've made a decision in the first minute or two that, like, whether or not you're into this person, they're into you or whatever. That's a rough 4-hour period if you've already made the decision that you're not into this person. That's. Yeah. I had one that comes to mind where she was just foul. She was so rude. So rude to everyone. And I'm just like, this is you at your best as well. Yeah, this is the nicest you're ever going to be. And you're still so horrible. It's a bad couple of hours, that.
Well, the thing is, I got better at just cutting things shorter than... There's some dates where you're fucking just hanging on for so long because you're like, are we going to kiss? Is it going to happen? This, that, the other. But then as time goes on, you just get a bit more like, okay, I'm going to leave it here and see what happens. And then, it fades away or it turns into something or whatever.
I'm jealous. I've never had any of these experiences. In fact, I've talked about this to Rebecca. I just said how like I've never had any game, and I know like she says this as if it's to like boost me up, but I know she just wants to sit back and laugh. She said like we should go out one night.
Sounds cruel.
And you should just like hit on girls. Take your ring off, and we'll just see how you do.
Got a little cookie energy and shit.
And I think that I'll just embarrass myself, and she will absolutely love it, and it'll just deter me from having that conversation again. But I just I do regret that I never really had that experience. But saying that though, you've made it sound terrible.
No good comes from that though. I mean, there is fun parts of dating, of course, but there's no good comes from those. That
could boost my confidence.
Yeah, but what if you're an absolute wizard at it? Do you know what I mean? Like, what if you're an absolute Lothario? What if it's quite lucrative, maybe? Do you know what I mean? Like, mate, she's not going to be happy. First of all, she's going to be like, where have you learnt that? Yeah. Where have you learnt that? And then you're going to have to be like, I spent so much time with Aaron and Michael on one day, and, just rubbed off on me. But like,
just putting down markers, babe.
Yeah. But there's no good that comes from that whatsoever.
Yeah, I know. And it's not fair on the other person leading them on, do you know what I mean? Just dangling the carrot in front of them and then taking it away.
I also think that to be able to talk to women, you don't have to have any other skill other than just being able to talk to people. I don't think you do anything different. Yeah, so you're really personable and happy-go-lucky and stuff.
It's kind of weird though. The thing I do is kind of I overshare quite early on.
But you can be silly.
It's good for making friendships, but it's not good for looking attractive.
But you can be silly and daft and interested and just chatty. And a lot of the time, like Beth said this to me, like people, like the chatty you are, some people just think that you're making a move just because, like, oh, this person's showing me attention. No, I'm just literally having a conversation. But like, so I think a lot of people think that when you're speaking to a woman that you have to do things differently. If you're just the exact same as you are with your friends, then I
used to panic when meeting like friends, new partners and stuff. That I just I didn't want to reflect poorly on them. Do you know, like, oh, their mates are weirdo, that kind of. Like one time, my mate introduced me to a girl he was seeing at a bar, and the first thing I said to her was, "I'm so sorry, I've just made a stinky." Because I just that second farted on the sly in the club as he brought her over.
Oh, I was so wrong with the entire subject matter a second ago. I was so wrong.
Yeah, I know.
There's no way you said that to...
Yeah, I did, yeah. She was really attractive too. But, I mean, she was with him. So it's not as if I had a chance.
I didn't realise that you had that in you. I was wrong.
Yeah,
I was so
I told you it was weird. Yeah. So anyway,
Michael, thanks for coming on. We never actually said what's your ideal first date, and then we'll do you off chest, and we'll wrap it up and stuff. Where would you take your girlfriend's dead now? She's also dead. Liam killed her too.
Yeah.
She's dead.
She just fell on the table and went dink.
Yeah.
Wiped out.
Yeah. She was all right for a little while. She was just sort of slowly ticking.
Yeah.
And then eventually
there was no backup for human brain.
You were going to take her in the car, but she wasn't going to come with you. You know what I'm saying. You've met somebody else.
My ideal first date. I don't know. I just think if it's a first date, just go for a drink.
Yeah.
Really simple, understated.
Where are you going for the drink though? Because you can't go too cheap. But you don't want to go too expensive because then they're going to expect that forever.
Tell us from experience. What did you go to the same bar every time? Did you?
Yeah, the guy's Michael, is it the usual?
Yeah. Did you?
No. Didn't sit in the same seat every time because I knew it was quiet enough to hear. Just somewhere cool and understated and quiet enough so you can talk, but not vibeless either.
Yeah.
If it's just like literally like you can hear the silences, then it's going badly.
Can I tell you what I did one time? Can I tell you what I did one time? It's awful. It's horrendous. I took a girl to the Frog and Bucket once.
Yeah.
You
didn't get on and do a set, did you?
Maybe.
How many gigs in were you though? Tell them how many gigs in you were.
Oh, mate, like about 20, something like that.
How did it go?
It was the Beat the Frog night, and I did the 5 minutes. I didn't win. And she had no idea. I just went to the toilet, and then I just went on, and it was awful. I hated it all.
It went well. You described.
It went well. Yeah, of course. Yeah, so I've learned from experience. I was speaking from experience. I'd never do that now. But like it went well, and like we kept seeing each other for a couple of months afterwards and stuff. Sure, but like looking back, I'm like that was mental. Yeah. But at the same time, I got 2 free drinks tokens. So
yeah, you didn't lose.
Yeah.
And did you give her one of them and say, "Got you this bit"?
Get her a little Heineken. You can have a soft drink or a Heineken, and that's all they let you have. One Carlsberg.
Sorry to put you on the spot. Just while we're on the subject matter, can you talk about the worst date you went on during this period?
I've had a few where
you can't have a few worst dates.
No, but the same thing happened. So basically, they're like, "Do you want a joint?" And I have this joint, and then I'm of no use to anybody if you catch my drift. Like, I had one where I went round for a smoke, and we kind of went up to her bedroom, just kind of chill. But then it just kind of became she put on TV or something, but still wanted to chat.
Madagascar. I'd shag her.
But I just started watching the cartoons and laughing loads at it, and it was just like she was just like, and it was just, and then I slept with someone, and she just rolled this monumentally strong joint. And she put some comedy on, and it was just, it was Lucy Kay. And I was
frog.
I was live stream. Oh my God, I'm on a date, guys. Can you believe it?
I didn't do that.
So I can't. Don't do anything you can't handle on a date. And for me, it's having a strong joint.
For me, it's having a social interaction with a girl you don't know.
I've shit my pants. Sorry.
I just did a stinky.
That's exactly how I worded it. Yeah. I remember saying to my brother once, like, I said, like, do you think I have, like, traits where I might be on the spectrum? And that was his example, and he went, haven't you once introduced yourself to someone by saying I once did a stinky? And I was like, fair point.
Don't take everything I've worked for. You're the fat one.
All right, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, I'll stay in my lane. Actually, no, I won't. I'm eating healthy.
Okay.
Do you want to do your plugs, lad?
If you're new to the podcast and you're watching because Michael's on, then we appreciate it. We do a section at the end called Off Your Chest. We invite the guest or a listener to get something off their chest. If you want to send anything in, spreadnegativitypod@gmail.com. Michael, do you want to get anything off your chest?
I hate it when people don't book tickets early to a show.
Yeah.
Have you noticed it's every show?
Come in late.
Yeah. No. It's like literally you can be pushing tickets for 4 weeks.
Oh, so
and
you mean
in the last week, the last week, it just goes wham. Even on the last day, 6 hours before the show, half the people fucking book, and it's like, why are you doing that to us?
I understand from your point of view, stressful, but also
Mm-hmm.
I'm not making plans to come to your fucking comedy show 4 weeks in advance. Are you mental? On a Tuesday. I'm not making plans for a Tuesday in March. You're out of your mind.
Do you know what? I think as well that it might be doing you a favour because if you think about it, if they book ahead, I've done it before where you book things in advance. And then as you get closer to the time, you think, oh, shit, I've bought the ticket, but I'll just take the loss because you don't see it as your money anymore. You spent it. Oh, I'm busy. I just won't turn up. So you'll have no shows. Whereas if they're buying it like, late, last minute.
Yeah.
That's more
they could be invested. Like
my Leicester Comedy Festival show on the 9th of Feb is a pay what you want show, and I've sold it out, and I'm thrilled. Buzzing that I've sold it out. Yeah. But there is that little concern that there's 50 people that have reserved tickets but haven't had to pay anything. And may just go, fuck it, not going there. And I'll just have like 7 people in a room, but nobody else can get in. It's so eggy.
That is super anxiety, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like proper panic.
The worst thing as well, if you run shows with other people, they always start to worry as well. So you kind of get this kind of crisis meeting.
You can use it to your advantage, though. Sometimes if I work with a venue,
no, it is what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is I don't know, have no one in. That's what can we do?
If you work with a venue though, and like people book, let's say 25 people book on the day, and you get to for a different show, maybe a month later, you get to 4 days before you've only sold 8 tickets. You get to go, but remember the day before last one. We sold loads on the day, so don't worry, it'll be fine. Yeah. Whereas some venues will just want to pull it, so you don't have that prior knowledge. You don't have that experience and stuff. So, but you're mental thinking people are going to book 4 months in advance for.
Yeah, they should. They should.
For your shows.
You should.
Do you want to plug the show?
Oh well, I'm doing. We're doing the roast battle at the Frog.
Oh yeah.
So that'll sell well. Yeah, I fucking better do.
So is this in addition to Oaks, or are you moving to the Frog?
So yeah, we're basically. I think by the time this goes out, it'll have been announced. Basically, we're in like the roast battle league now.
Sick.
So it's us and like LA and fucking like Tokyo and London and Edinburgh and there's loads of cities in it now, and we basically submit clips every month. It goes onto a podcast, this, that, the other. Yeah. And it's basically a nice testament because all the roasters have been doing. There's been like some really fucking like Tegan, so fucking good.
Oh mate, the
so
clips
many
you've been posting have been great.
Yeah, really, really, really solid like performances, and now it'll basically have like a bigger like worldwide reach.
Yeah.
But it'll basically be at Frog and Bucket March 12th, and then it'll be we're gonna do like 1 month on, 1 month off kind of thing.
Yeah.
But we'll have like a little one at like Stage and Radio, but downstairs probably, and people. I'm roasting Jack Horsfield, I think, on the 14th. So
he's asked me a couple of times if you and I would roast each other. What have I said to you every time? I was like, I just know too much about you.
Yeah. It's not just that though. Like I've always liked watching roasts. Like I love the humor, but I'm too sensitive. Not so much for taking. I don't want to deliberately upset someone. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go at someone. I know it's all in good faith.
Listen, what we can do for your fifth joke, what I'll do is I'll turn Aaron's microphone down as he goes to do his final bit. And he will then just hang himself with the cord.
So glad you came on.
You just smashed it with the roast battles, by the way. You started just doing it, didn't you? Just doing roasts, and then you officially got like...
What date is it on?
Yeah. March 12th.
March 12th, Roast Battle Manchester. It's at the Frog and Bucket. What's the dynamic for people that don't really know what a roast battle is? There'll be some people out there. It's quite obvious, I think, but...
Yeah. No, that is a really good point. So... If me and you were doing it, we basically write 5 jokes about each other. We take it in turns delivering them, and then it goes to like 2 judges. And basically, the more kind of mean and smart and cutting you can make it, the better. And then some judges decide. We might have 3 judges. We might do 2 and then a crowd vote. We're a bit undecided about this.
Yeah. Okay.
But we've got James Heath and Hattie Preston judging.
Hattie's great, and James has been your resident for...
He's good.
James
so
always. The only person he's ever roasted is Jordan, and they did it like last minute as like a fill-in, but like as a bit of like a surprise.
Yeah,
and it was
that.
Just
Jordan's really high on the pro wrestling thing, and it did. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. I love it. And the way James just stands up and everyone. James is great. I love James, but like the past few times I've seen him, it's been in that room at the Oaks, and they fucking love him there. It's sick. But you just smashed it. It's all officially licensed as well, isn't it? Like you said, it's part of the roast battles. And it wasn't when you first started, was it? You just started doing.
No, we had to basically get in. It was a bit of a fucking nervous phone call with the guy where he's like, "Yeah, it's between you and 4 others." And we were like, "We thought we had this in the bag. Like, what do you mean? There's 3 other people."
I've got posters made.
I know. I had. Say again.
Just in Manchester.
Oh, no. So, like, there's loads of cities that want to join the league, but loads of people that have the brand and are trying to get in, but we kind of managed to do it off the back of, like, 2 shows.
Got it.
Sick. We kind of showed them some old stuff as well, so they saw like a few kind of select battles here and there, but yeah, I think, because the Frog was backing us as well, I think it just kind of put us in the ring.
Follow them on Instagram as well. There's like a page for the roast battles as well, isn't there? And the clips are sick. Yeah, you're posting clips all the time from every show, so it's well worth following.
For sure. Other than that, where can people find you? Specifically you, Michael Mannion.
It's Michael Mannion.
It is?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's me.
Is that Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it?
I don't really have Twitter. I didn't go
we don't use it. We've been doing the pod for 2 years now, and we've got about 200 followers on Twitter. We're just such an afterthought. Can't be asked. Hate it. But yeah, sweet. Thanks so much for coming on. We appreciate you. Give us 3 things that you hate.
Oh God.
It's the most British thing.
Yeah. Indecisiveness.
That's the most British.
The thing is, you like have stuff to get off your chest, and I was just like, ticket sales. Such a hacky promoter thing to say, isn't it?
Good, man.
Okay. I tell you what. I hate it when you sit in a restaurant and the door just doesn't quite close, and it creates this draft. Because I'm quite a weak form of life, I can feel the cold. It really, really gets on me.
And when you sat there for 3.5 hours before your date arrived.
Oh my God, really you go to Reddit for solace, and then it gets pulled apart on a podcast as if you don't know it's me.
Thank God, eh?
I don't like printers when printers just refuse to work. That I honestly could just fucking throw them out of a window.
Such a dar, isn't it?
No, just sorry to cut you off. Just having glasses, like I've worked in a lot of jobs where there's a printer, and do people just presume you can fix it?
Yeah. Oh, 1,000,000%. No one will fucking ask you. Like, he doesn't know shit about printers.
And the right to not bother.
Me with my high GSM fucking notebook. They're just like, he knows about paper quality, and he's like, I do, unfortunately. Fuck.
Yeah, it's always the worst when you are the exact stereotype of your
Yeah.
And one more?
I don't like having too many mugs, because I just keep using them, and I end up with a fucking mountain. In fact, no, I tell you what, I hate how my girlfriend piles clothes up. I try my best to put things away, but she creates like mounds of clothes.
Yeah.
Like there was a debate in our bedroom. Do I go on this side or that side? And I said, I need to go on the side with the door, because we'll be able to get out of the room. Whereas if you're on that side...
the gaslight is outrageous, isn't it?
No, it's not gaslight at all.
It's just
I say, when I walk round, I say it's like a favela of shit. Like it's like a slum going up the wall. She's so perfect. I love her. She's tidy. when she wants to be.
She's tidy. I love that you feel. But in my head, I heard attractive. She's tidy.
But she's a messy bitch. No, it's just I didn't know. She's got so many nice clothes that they just come off and on, and off and on, and off and on, and then it just becomes this mound.
Yeah,
but she's got all the same feelings about your mugs.
Probably true.
Just a favela of ceramic shit. Thank you so much for coming on, mate. We appreciate you.
No worries. Pleasure.
Thanks, mate.